Hello everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. And if you are going to subscribe, make sure you ring the bell or press the bell so you can get notifications of when I go live. If you are a subscriber, welcome. And if you are one of my amazing members, I see you in chat. Welcome. We are going to talk about a happy story because sometimes we do a mix of things on this channel. We do hard-hitting stories. We talk about stuff that's kind of tough and icky and yucky. And then sometimes we just need to have a happy, positive story because in the world that we live in, everyone could use a little bit more kindness. And there's been no one, I think, that's had, well, I shouldn't say no one, but one reality starlet has been in the middle of a really yucky, bad year. Jenelle Evans of Teen Mom 2 spent the better part of 2019 in turmoil. We saw it roll out in the beginning of the year with Teen Mom 2 airing, and there was a lot of strife in between Jenelle, producers at MTV, and David causing issues, her soon-to-be ex-husband, in filming. It got to a point that Jenelle's ex-husband, David, was creating so much issues with filming. They didn't even have enough footage to include her in an episode. And some of the episodes were done over the phone because they didn't have anything. Obviously, we know what went down in May, or the end of April. David actually did something terrible to their family dog, which ultimately resulted in Jenelle losing her job on MTV with Teen Mom 2 after almost a decade on air. She lost her nearly over $400,000 a year income and sponsorships. Not only that, people were protesting just about any endeavor that she underwent over that time to try to make income for her family. To add insult to injury, not only did she lose her job, but for a short period of time in May of 2019, she actually lost temporary custody of her children after an investigation was opened by the Department of Child and Family Services in North Carolina related to what David did to the dog. Through that process, it looked like at some points she might lose full custody of the kids. It was extremely traumatic. Even though throughout that whole thing, the judge did note that Jenelle could just leave her husband and get the custody of her kids back. Well, Jenelle stood by her man, which ultimately angered fans even more because of what he did to the dog. And finally, after months of her trying her best to make an income, a really dismal launch of her products, the eyebrow kit, and other issues with the product quality and issues related to just like her, so much stuff going on social media, from David trying to coach Kaiser's football team to the eyebrow kit just not selling out, to so many different issues with interruptions with any sort of business she tried to do with what happened after David. Finally, everything came to a head in October and she left. She was like, peace, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to be in this relationship anymore. So when she finally left, a lot of people speculated, is she going to go back? Is this just to get back on the show? Is this a trick? Are they faking us out? And as time has gone on, we've learned that this isn't a joke. She has actually filed for legal separation in North Carolina. She moved her and the kids. They fled. They are now living in Nashville, Tennessee. A judge in Nashville actually approved a temporary order of protection against David. And in her request to the court, she alleged 11 incidences during their 2-year marriage. Think about that. 2 years, where she says that she was either verbally, emotionally, or physically harmed by David, or her kids were. So it's been a trying year for her. She's met with MTV producers allegedly in October, which didn't result in her returning to the show. And now she's a single mom with her kids in Nashville, and she doesn't have a reality TV show income to fall back on. Naturally, A lot of people thought during this time she would be broken, she would be sad, she would have nothing to look forward to, but she stunned fans by sharing a photo that I think proves to us that she's actually pretty happy. On Christmas, she shared a photo where she's absolutely glowing, and she says, "Wishing you all a Merry Christmas from my family to yours." The kids are obviously, she's with Kaiser and Jace and Ensley hugging on to her big brother. When I first saw this, was like, wow, she looks amazing. She is glowing. I can't remember the last time I saw a smile like that on her face. But notably, she also spent time with Jace. Today she's on little skateboards. There she is again. I was not the only one that noticed this. In fact, other people commented, "Your family looks so happy. Handsome and pretty bunch. Looks like you got smart good for you. Merry Christmas. The glow up is real. Wow, you are glowing. Merry Christmas. You are so beautiful and glowing. The best that she has looked." And I would agree. Jenelle literally looks like she has lost a weight that has been on her shoulders that has affected the way that she has felt about herself for a very long time. She, despite all these sort of like rumors swirling that she's dating people, she continues to insist that she is focused on her children and she is not dating. She's taking care of herself and her children. The kids look phenomenal. I can't remember the last time I saw them looking this happy. On the flip side, David posted on his Instagram, and I can't say that he looks exactly as happy. On his Instagram, he shared this, selling tickets to the gun show, and then a photo of him and Marissa with their tree. Now they look happy, and he says, "Merry Christmas from our family to yours." I should note that he continues to live in the home that he lived with Jenelle and the kids. So he remains in the North Carolina home, which was purchased while they were married and in the name of both of theirs. He recently was in the news claiming that he had been robbed and ransacked while he was in Nashville. Well, it turned out that Jenelle had sent some of her friends to his home to retrieve her belongings while he was at court. So she now has a few things for her home. She has been sharing a lot of cute videos on Instagram of the kids, spending a lot of time with her children, and she appears to be a lot happier than she was. Single momming is not easy, but I think when you have a husband that doesn't necessarily care for you, or I don't know, not doing what he should, it would be hard to be happy. So it's good for me to see this. Now, I don't know that this is going to translate into real world opportunities for her business. She is still bound by a contract with MTV and was not been let out. I believe the contract is up sometime in the spring, maybe April. But until then, MTV has not released her from her contract, although she is not filming with the show. I should note that the show did not do well in ratings in this past season, and it looks like MTV might be looking to revamp things because they recently put out a notice for young girls ages 15 to 18 who are pregnant and are due during a certain time frame. They might be looking to bring in new blood to the show to revamp it. Perhaps people are grown tired of the storylines of some of the cast members. Teen Mom 2 had been a ratings staple, but after Jenelle was fired, ratings took a nosedive and they never hit above 1 million viewers for any show this past season 9B. Which begs the question, what is Teen Mom 2 going to move forward? It's pretty clear at this point that Jenelle is not coming back, but that doesn't mean that she couldn't come back in the future. Would you watch if she returned? Do you think the show should be canceled? Is it good to see Jenelle happy? I will say, for one thing, knowing what she's been through with David, it's amazing to see her smile. I think it's great to see her with the kids. And no matter what you say about what she's been through or where she's been and where she's going, at this point in time, the best thing that we can do is encourage her, send her love, and let her know that people are supporting her and will forgive her for what happened in the past. So, what are your thoughts? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you angry? Tell me in the comments below, and if you've got content, questions, or concerns that you'd like to talk with me about, you can find me on Twitter at WOACBOfficial, Facebook.com/withoutacrystalball, or on Instagram at withoutacrystalball. I will be back later with more. Bye, guys.